Welcome to Boomer Fieldhouse here in Woodward, Oklahoma for this first round matchup of the 2022 Oil Bowl Classic between the Balko Bison and the Laverne Tigers. Balko comes into today's game with a record of 3 wins and 2 losses on the season. Laverne coming in with a record of 4 wins and 2 losses. In Laverne's last game, they defeated Balko by a score of 66-35 just 2 days ago. Laverne comes in averaging 58.9 points a game through 6 games offensively and 56.3 in their last 3. They're only allowing 42 points a game on the season and 46 in their last 3. They are physical, they are fast, and they are masters at closing passing lanes. They can close down better than any team I've seen in a very long time on those cross-court passes. Their offensive transition game is top-notch, and they have excellent shooting and excellent ball movement. They're a very good team. They're a team to be reckoned with, and fortunately after today, we're not going to have to see them again because they're in Class A and Balko's in Class B. So we're not going to have to see Laverne for a while after today, and I think Balko's going to be just okay with that. Balko comes into today's game averaging 40.4 points a game through 5 games and 35.3 in their last 3 games. They're in a bit of a funk offensively. They're allowing 42.4 points a game, which has kind of been their identity on the defensive side. But they're allowing 51.3 in their last 3 games. They're heavily reliant on the post game, and the Bison are, and they have an inside-out approach on the offensive end. The problem is they're missing a lot of their height. With Adam Creason and Nathan Cardwell both out, they're going to be reliant on Jaden Hall and Levi Milliken to come off the bench and really make an impact there. The Bison's interior defense has improved, but they can't afford to chase the ball around the perimeter because what that's going to do is that's going to open up holes in the paint for them. It's going to be a tough test today for the second straight game without both Adam Creason and Nathan Cardwell. And so it's going to be interesting to see how the Bison adjust as opposed to how they played just 2 days ago against this same Laverne team. Balko will be the home team in this game, and Laverne will be the road team. Although I don't think it's going to matter much. Neither side has very many fans here. And again, you kind of expect this on a morning game on the first day of a tournament. You don't expect a whole lot of fans here. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups for both teams and the tip-off for this matchup between the Balko Bison and the Laverne Tigers. Balko Bison basketball will continue in just a moment. Welcome back to Boomer Fieldhouse here in Woodward for this matchup between the Balko Bison and the Laverne Tigers. Starting lineups for today's game. First for the Laverne Tigers. Number 1, Trip Green. Number 3, Caleb Blackwell. Number 5, Tegan Green. Number 11, Logan Freeman. And number 14, Felix Teal, who's inserted in the starting lineup for today's game, replacing Tate Domi. The Tigers are coached by Tanner Woods. For the Balko Bison, coming into today's game with a record of 3 wins and 2 losses, they will have Braxton Fowler, Nathan Smith, Cooper Mitchell, Jaden Hall, and Mason Romju. Bison are coached by Jake Regier in this game. So Balko will be in their home white uniforms with the script Balko across the chest, maroon lettering, maroon block numerals going Again, they'll be going from left to right across your screen. For Laverne, they'll be in their road purple uniforms with the gold lettering and gold trim. They will be going from right to left across your screen.
Number 11, Logan Freeman. And number 14, Felix Steele.
They're doing in-arena lineups right now. Laverne meets in the middle of the court, and now they're announcing for the Balko Bison.
Number 4, Cooper Mitchell.
I'll say it's a far cry from when we were here at this time last year when we were, under all the COVID regulations, and they had spacing for fans, and cheerleaders weren't allowed, and it was just they tried to keep the atmosphere up as much as they could. They're doing a much better job this year as far as the COVID is not quite as much of a thing right now, and they're doing the cheerleaders are allowed, so the atmosphere is building back up to where it was before. Teams are taking the field, taking the court, and it's going to be Jaden Hall jumping for Balko and Logan Freeman jumping for the Laverne Tigers. These two teams know each other well. The players are friends, and so this is one of those that although we already have a pretty good idea how the game is going to go, we know that there's not going to be any hard feelings coming out of this game. These two teams know each other. They respect each other. Ball's in the air. Ball is tipped, controlled by Balko. Nathan Smith has it. He passes back to Braxton Fowler, and Fowler's going to walk it across the timeline on the near side, diagonally heading away. Over to Mason Romju, now down to Cooper Mitchell at the elbow, and he throws it away. Coming quickly back the other way, Logan Freeman. Jaden Hall goes to the steal, doesn't get it. Freeman brings it into the front court. Passing over to Felix Teal. Teal being guarded by Hall. Reverse layup, shot wildly out of bounds. It will be Balko basketball. Felix Teal is an extremely gifted athlete. He's just supremely gifted in every way. Romju inbounds to Fowler. Full court press being employed by the Tigers. Fowler being guarded tightly by Caleb Blackwell in the backcourt. Pass it to Jaden Hall. Just past the timeline over to Mason Romju. Romju, 15-foot jumper, back iron, no good. Rebounded by Tegan Green. Green's going to race it across the timeline into the front court. Blackwell with it on the far side in front of the Balko bench. Finds Trip Green over at the elbow. Now over to Logan Freeman. Freeman back to Teal. Over to Green on the far side. Green holding it high above his head. Gives it to Blackwell. Blackwell takes the dribble, passes to Felix Teal between the circles, being guarded by Jaden Hall. Now onto the near side. Back to Felix Teal, over to Blackwell on the far side in front of the Balko bench. Back to Teal again. Ball reversal being played by the Laverne Tigers. Teal has the ball. Thought about the jumper, opted not to take it. Over to Trip Green now. Green now to Tegan Green. And the ball's knocked away and stolen by Mason Romju. Balko defensively already looking much better than they did the other day. Fowler passes up to Hall. Hall driving in, shot is off the glass and good. Jaden Hall with the first points of the game, and Balko leads by a score of 2-0. Quickly into the front court are the Tigers. Tegan Green with it, crossover dribble being guarded by Nathan Smith. Passes over to Trip Green now. Green high pass near the baseline, passes back to Green. Now over to Felix Teal. Teal to Tegan Green. Green driving in, shot blocked by Hall. Picks it back up, now over to Trip Green. Green for three. In and out, no good. Rebound loose, picked up by Jaden Hall. And he traveled with it. Hall and Felix Teal were fighting for the ball, and Hall went down with it. Felix Teal now subbing out, being replaced by Tate Domi. So Laverne just gets better and deeper. Logan Freeman with it, now backs all the way out near the midcourt stripe. Caleb Blackwell with it, being guarded by Fowler. Crossover dribble. Passes over to Green. Now Green has the ball, holding it high above his head, being guarded by Nathan Smith. Over to Tate Domi. Domi being guarded by Hall. Over on the far side, Trip Green. Now down to the block. And we have a foul on the floor by Mason Romju. That'll be Romju's first personal foul, first team foul, and it will be Laverne basketball inbounding on the baseline. Caleb Blackwell to do the inbounding honors for the Tigers. 5:43 to go here in the quarter. Inbound goes to Tegan Green. Green driving in, has a wide open layup. Basket good. Tied at 2. 5.5 to go here in the first quarter. Full court press employed by Laverne. Ramju passes to Hall. Hall bring it across the timeline. Over to Braxton Fowler. Fowler thought about the jumper, opted not to take it. Splits the double team, loses control. Bats it back and is stolen. Coming back the other way now are the Tigers. Quickly into the front court. Caleb Blackwell has it. Over to Green. Green hands it off to Domi. Domi's shot is no good, but he's fouled again by Mason Ramju, and Ramju is going to find a seat early in this one. For Ramju, that's 2 quick fouls, and something that the Bison could not afford to have happen was him getting in foul trouble early. Levi Milliken into the game. Inbound deflected out of bounds by Nathan Smith. So Milliken into the game replacing Cooper Mitchell. And they're going to use him to body up Tate Domi a little bit. And they're going to move Jaden Hall over to Logan Freeman. Try and give Balko a little bit better advantage on the offensive end. Pass is deflected, knocked around, picked up by the Tigers back the other way. Defense still back for Balko. Shots off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Hall. Bowling pins being played by both teams here in the early going. 3 minutes in, we're tied at 2. Hall loses it out of bounds, and it will be Laverne basketball. 2-2 your score, 4:51 to go here in the first quarter. Laverne to inbound on the near sideline. Tegan Green does so to Caleb Blackwell, who walking across the timeline, being guarded by Braxton Fowler. Bounce pass to Tegan Green on the far side. Green bounces it to Logan Freeman. Freeman's shot is off the glass and good. 4-2 your score, favor Laverne. Into the front court now, Jaden Hall, 2-on-1 for Balko if they hurry. Bounce pass to Milliken. Milliken's shot is blocked from behind. Coming back the other way, Laverne with numbers. Losing control, but getting it back now into the front court. Logan Freeman with it. Over the head pass now to Domi. Domi driving in. Shot is knocked away out of bounds off of Domi out of bounds. It will be Balko basketball. 4:18 to go here in the quarter. Coming into the game for the Tigers, Karsten Baggs. Baggs had an effective game on Tuesday against Balko, and he will replace Caleb Blackwell. Ramju inbounds to Hall. Hall facing the full court press that's being employed by Laverne. He'll bring it all the way across the timeline. Double team coming from behind, has it, and he throws it away out of bounds. It will be Laverne basketball. Oh, they'll say the pass was deflected out of bounds. It will be Balko basketball. Ramju looking to inbound from the scores table, does so to Braxton Fowler. Halfway through the first quarter here in the first round of the 2022 Oil Bowl Classic. 4-2 your score, favor Laverne. Nathan Smith thought about the jumper, opted not to as Bags close in. Levi Milliken with the elbow jumper is good. Basket good for Levi Milliken. And we're tied at 4. Now into the front court. Freeman with the ball, over to Domi, back to Freeman. Freeman's 15-foot jumper is good. Logan Freeman has such a pretty jumper. It really is very nice. I just wish it wasn't for the other team. Ramju inbounds to Fowler. Fowler double teamed in the backcourt. He'll bring it all the way into the front court across the timeline. Long cross court pass to Smith. Smith for 3. Off the front iron, no good. And we have a foul on Levi Milliken. That'll be Milliken's first personal foul. 3rd team foul. Laverne basketball. Blackwell coming back into the game for the Tigers, as well as Felix Teal. Tigers with a 2-point lead, 3:18 to go here in the first quarter. Blackwell racing it across the timeline on the far side, crossover dribble, utilizing the Domi screen. Bounce pass over to Teal on the far side. Teal hesitation, move over to Domi. Domi now to Green. Tegan Green with the ball, being guarded by Nathan Smith. Driving in, shot is blocked, pick up by Domi. Domi put back is up and good. Tate Domi's first basket of the game, and it's 8-4 Laverne. 2:55 to go here in the first quarter. Fowler with it in the backcourt. Long outlet goes to Mason Ramju. Ramju over to Hall. Hall back to Fowler, and Balko reset the offense. Fowler being guarded by Blackwell. Utilizing the Hall screen, give and go to Hall. Hall loses control, picks it back up. Pass is deflected and stolen, coming back the other way. And this is what Laverne did the other day. Just steal basket, steal basket. Come back the other way now. Mason Ramju has it, gets the rebound. Nathan Smith into the front court quickly. Crossover dribble over Domi. Shots off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Milliken. Put back is up and good. 4 points for Levi Milliken, and it's 8-6. Into the front court for the Tigers comes Tegan Green. Over to Blackwell on the near side of the free throw line extended. Back now between the circles. Karsten Baggs has it, being guarded by Jaden Hall. Over to Green on the far side, holds it high above his head, still has a dribble, give and go now to Domi's shots, no good. Braxton Fowler tried to do gymnastics over Tate Domi, it didn't quite work. So the foul's going to be on Braxton Fowler, his first personal. 14 fouls. Fouls on the floor, it will be Laverne basketball. 2:02 to go here in the quarter, 8-6 your score, favor Laverne. Bounce pass is knocked away and stolen by Mason Ramju. Balko looking much, much better tonight than they did the other night against Laverne. Crossover dribble for Fowler, passing over to Ramju on the far side. A couple of Tiger players set to check in at the next dead ball. Fowler with the ball being guarded by Blackwell, finds Jaden Hall at the elbow. Hall over to Ramju. Ramju dishes over to Smith on the near side. Smith for three, bang! Three-point basket good for Nathan Smith. And the Bison reclaim the lead, 9-8 now, 90 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Blackwell brings it across the timeline on the far side. Logan Freeman and Trip Green set to come back in for the Tigers. Bags with it being guarded by Hall. Domi bounce passes, knocked away and stolen. 3 straight turnovers for the Tigers. And Balko now has it with 1:15 to go in the quarter. In the backcourt, Blackwell pressuring Fowler heavily. Fowler loses control, he brings it across the timeline, still has it, ball's knocked away, reach-in foul called on Caleb Blackwell. That'll be his first personal foul, first team foul. And it will be Balko basketball inbounding on the near sideline with 1:06 to go in the ball game. 9-8 your score, favor Balko. Mason Ramju to do the inbounding honors for the Bison. Bounce pass is knocked away and stolen by Blackwell. Numbers 3-on-1 for Laverne. Green has it shot off the glass, no good, rebounded by Hall. Long outlet coming the other way. Mason Ramju ahead of everyone. Bags comes back, bodies him up, and we have a foul on the shot. Foul's going to be on Carson Bags, and Mason Ramju will be at the line to shoot 2 for Balko. Balko much more aggressive offensively, much more aggressive defensively, and this is what we're more accustomed to seeing from this Balko Bison team. And you have to like what you're seeing, especially with the absence of Nathan Cardwell and Adam Creason in this game. As the first free throw is off the side of the iron and no good for Mason Ramju. Senior from Balko looking for his first point. It's up. Second free throw's up and no good. Rebounded by Felix Teal. Laverne wanting to come back the other way. Balko retreating defensively. Blackwell will walk it across the timeline. There's 45 seconds left to go in the quarter. Felix Teal cross-court pass to Blackwell. Blackwell down to the block. Turnaround jumper is off the front iron. No good by Freeman. Rebounded by Hall. Hall with 6 rebounds in the first quarter already. Coming back the other way now is Nathan Smith. He'll walk it across the timeline as we approach the half-minute mark to go here in the first quarter. 9-8 your score, favor Balko in this first-round match with the 2022 Oil Bowl Classic. Balko looks like they're going to be content to hold for the final shot. Nathan Smith calling for some isolation. He gets it. One-on-one against Carson Bags, waiting for the play to be called from Coach Regier. As the offense starts to move, now there's 10 seconds left to go. Utilizing the Hall screen, double team comes. Hall has a give and go, being guarded by Teal. And Hall throws it away out of bounds. 2.5 seconds left to go in the quarter. 9-8 your score. It will be Laverne basketball. Tate Domi's going to quickly check into the game. You got to think Laverne's going to try and get something very quickly going to the basket here. Teagan Green to inbound in front of the Tiger bench. Everything is drastically into the front court for Laverne. And Cooper Mitchell's going to come back into the game, replacing Mason Ramju. Green looking to inbound. Does so to Freeman. Give and go back to Green. Green at the buzzer for 3 is good. Holy cow. And the clock never started. The clock never started. Okay, so count the basket for Trip Green. And at the end of the first quarter, your score is Laverne 11, Balko 9. Balko Bison basketball will continue in a moment. The clock never started. Welcome back to Boomer Fieldhouse here in Woodward, where the Laverne Tigers lead the Balko Bison by a score of 11-9. Tigers being paced by Logan Freeman with 4, 3 for Trip Green and 2 apiece for Tegan Green and Tate Domi. 4 for Levi Milliken, 3 for Nathan Smith, and 2 for Jaden Hall. And that's the offense so far in this game. A three-pointer at the buzzer by Tegan Green, giving the Tigers a late lead. Laverne will have the ball to start the second quarter. So adding insult to injury, not only did they get the 3 at the buzzer, they also got they also got possession first. The Tate Domi shot was blocked by Levi Milliken. Domi shaking his head, I think in disbelief that the shot was blocked. The pass is thrown away and stolen. 3-on-1 coming the other way, shots off the glass and good by Logan Freeman. And that's where Balko got in trouble the other day, was the long passes that were sloppy. 13-9 now favor Laverne. Long outlet again stolen. And a foul this time, and that's 3 on Mason Ramju. And Balko's got to quit doing those long, sloppy outlet passes. That was how they got in trouble the other day. So 5 team fouls on the Bison. Trip Green inbounding in front of the Bison bench. Over to Caleb Blackwell. Blackwell with the ball being guarded by Fowler. Ball reversal to Trip Green. Green being guarded by Mitchell. Now over on the far side. Tegan Green now with it. Back to Logan Freeman. Freeman bounce pass to Domi, and we have a foul. And Tate Domi has words for Levi Milliken. For Milliken, that'll be his second personal foul. Tate Domi at the line to shoot 2. Laverne fans think the words are funny. It's not funny at all. It's one of the OSSAA tenets, but first free throw is no good. Second free throw forthcoming for Tate Domi. Domi with 2 points. He had 14 in the previous game against Balko 2 days ago. Second free throw is on the way. Off the side of the iron, no good rebound. Loose fought 4 out of bounds. It will be Balko basketball. Freeman with the attempted save ended up on the other end of the court. And it will be Balko inbounding on the baseline. Laverne employing a full court press. Jaden Hall to do the inbounding honors for the Bison. Being trapped by Green in the backcourt. And Freeman now over to Fowler. Fowler has it, takes it to Hall. Hall brings it across the timeline. Ball's knocked away and stolen. Numbers coming back 4-on-1 for Laverne. Over to Blackwell. Blackwell bounces it, and it's knocked away and stolen. Coming back the other way. Mitchell has it, bringing it into the front court, hands it off to Fowler, deflected into the backcourt. And it will be Laverne basketball inbounding in front of the sideline on the near side. Over to Freeman on the far side, cross court pass to Blackwell on the near side, being guarded by Fowler. Has the free throw line extended, now down to Domi, being guarded by Milliken. Back up to the top of the key now, Trip Green, elbow jumper is no good, rebound, and we have a foul on the rebound on Tate Domi, and so that'll be Domi's first personal foul. Just the 13th foul for Laverne. It will be Balko basketball. Nathan Smith with it. Pass back to Hall. Hall's pass is knocked away and stolen. Layup off the glass and good for Tegan Green. 4 points for Green. And it's now a 6-point lead for Laverne at 15-9. Inbound goes to Braxton Fowler, back to Hall. Hall with it in the backcourt, being guarded very closely by Logan Freeman. Hall looking to get rid of it. It's knocked away and stolen again. Ball blocked out of bounds off of Braxton Fowler. Looked to be some contact on that one. Officials did not call it. Have a timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. 6:06 to go here in the second quarter. Laverne 15, Balko 9. Balko Bison basketball will continue in a moment. Welcome back to Boomer Fieldhouse here in Woodward, where the Laverne Tigers lead the Balko Bison by a score 15-9. 6:06 remaining here in the second quarter. For as sharp as Balko looked in the first quarter, they have looked equally not sharp here in the second quarter. 6 turnovers already in the early going of the quarter, and they have yet to score 2 minutes in. It will be Laverne basketball. Inbounding on the baseline. The Tigers are on a 7-0 run in this game, and Green is looking to inbound, bounce pass to Felix Teal. Jumper is good over Nathan Smith. 9 straight points for the Tigers. Teal with his first basket of the game is now an 8-point lead at 17-9. Fowler inbound goes to Cooper Mitchell, back to Braxton Fowler. Being guarded by Freeman. Double team comes. Outlet goes over to Nathan Smith. Over to Hall. Nice ball movement for the Bison. Over to Nathan Smith again. Has it. And Balko's going to reset. I think Milliken had a wide open layup and he opted not to take it. I think he didn't realize he was as open as he was. Braxton Fowler has it between the circles and Balko to reset the offense. Mason Romju set to check into the game for the Bison. Smith over to Fowler on the far side. The free throw line extended. 5:22 to go here in the quarter. Fowler has it. Thought about the jumper. Opted not to take it. We have a 5-second violation. So we have a 5-second violation, and it'll be another turnover for the Bison. Mason Romju checking in, replacing Cooper Mitchell. Laverne inbounding in front of their bench. 5:17 to go here in the first half. 17-9 to score. Favor Laverne. Driving in, Green, wide open layup is good. Tegan Green with 6 points. 11 straight points now to the Tigers, and it's 19-9 favor Laverne. 3 minutes into the second quarter, Levi Milliken has the ball. Again, a wide open shot at the basket, and he just opted not to take it. Passes out to Hall, who misses. Coming back the other way now into the front court. Ball is knocked away and stolen by Milliken. Milliken gets it, hands it off to Fowler, and Balko's going to come back the other way. Tate Domi and Caleb Blackwell set to check back in for the Tigers at the next dead ball. Nathan Smith with the ball, passes over to Fowler on the near side. Fowler holds the ball high above his head, being guarded by Green. Utilizing the Hall screen, has back, reverses course over to Romju. Romju went to pass it, there was nobody there. Holds the ball, passes back down to Fowler again. Congestion on the defensive end as Laverne's just double teaming everything. Their ball movement on the defensive side is unbelievably good. We talked about that in the pregame. Milliken has the ball, 17-foot jumper, misses everything out of bounds, and it will be Laverne basketball. Blackwell and Domi checking into the game for the Tigers. As Tripp Green and Logan Freeman will have a seat. Halfway through the second quarter now, Tigers with a 10-point lead and the ball. Racing into the front court is Blackwell, being guarded by Fowler over to Green on the near side. Green has the ball. Down to Teal at the elbow, being guarded by Milliken, diving in. 15-foot jumper is up and good over Levi Milliken. Felix Teal with his second basket. And it's now 21-9 favor Balko. Hall with the ball, double teamed in the backcourt. Nobody's coming to help. Over to Romju. Romju has the ball, gets rid of it to Hall in the front court. Hall driving in. Over to Smith. Smith from 15. Off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Romju. Balko's going to reset the offense. Fowler with the ball, being guarded by Blackwell. In front of the near sideline, driving in. The free throw line floater is off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Teal. Laverne's going to come back the other way. Blackwell with the ball. Driving in 2-on-1, 3-on-1, and we have a foul on Levi Milliken. For Milliken, that will be his third personal foul. And so some substantial foul trouble now for Balko here in the second quarter. And Caleb Blackwell will be at the line to shoot 2 for the Tigers. Blackwell's first free throw is up, off the back iron, and no good. Second free throw forthcoming for Laverne. 3:13 to go here in the first half. And Balko yet to score here in this second quarter as the second free throw is up and good. Blackwell with his first point of the game. And it's now a 13-point lead for the Tigers at 22-9. Romju inbound goes to Nathan Smith. Smith over to Fowler. Fowler splits the double team. Ball's knocked away. Loose on the floor. Picked up. Still loose on the floor. Tie ball. Possession arrow favors Balko. It will be Bison basketball. With 3:06 to go here in the first half. 22-9 the score, favor Laverne. Mason Romju to inbound in front of us right here on the sideline. Inbound goes into the backcourt to Braxton Fowler. Fowler with the ball, walking it across the timeline, being guarded loosely by Tegan Green. Utilizing the Hall screen. Driving in, splits the double team shot, is blocked. Out of bounds off of Laverne. It will be Balko basketball. Tegan Green and Felix Teal will have a seat. Carson Baggs into the game for Laverne. Romju, long outlet, goes to Fowler, and Balko will set the offense now with under 3 to play in the ballgame. Fowler's pass is deflected by Domi into the backcourt and stolen. Laverne with the ball now. Numbers back defensively. Nice ball movement for Laverne. The shot is off the glass and good for Trip Green. 5 points for him. And it's a 16-0 run for Laverne. 2.5 to go here in the second quarter. Braxton Fowler with the ball. Into the front court now. Picks up his dribble. Passes back to Hall. Hall loses control. Picks it back up over to Fowler again. 2:18 to go here in the ball game. Excuse me, in the second quarter. Ball deflected by Green out of bounds. It will be Balko basketball on the near sideline. Jaden Hall to do the inbounding honors for the Bison. Finds a cutting Romju back to Hall. Hall over cross court to Smith. Smith with the ball. Cross court pass to Romju on the near side. Over to Fowler, and Balko's going to reset the offense. Fowler dribbles it off his foot, picks it back up. Utilizing the Hall screen. Switch goes now. Freeman has Fowler. Over to Romju. Romju thought about the jumper, opted not to take it. Back to Fowler. Fowler for 3. Off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Baggs. And Laverne's going to come back the other way now. Minute 45 to go here in the half. Into the front court now. Freeman has the ball, driving the baseline. Jumper over Hall is no good. Rebounded by Milliken. Outlet goes to Romju. Back to Fowler. And Balko will set the offense. Braxton Fowler walking across the timeline on the near side, diagonally utilizing the Hall screen. Over to Milliken, who was not quite ready for the ball. Driving in now, Smith shot off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Hall, put back is blocked. Hall gets his own again, passes back out now to Fowler, and Balko reset the offense once again. A minute 12 to go here in the half. 24-9 the score. Ball is knocked away and stolen back. Hall with the ball, a minute 3 to go here in the first half. Braxton Fowler with it on the near side. Pass to Milliken at the top of the key. Milliken has the ball. Over to Smith. Smith with it. Now back to Fowler at the free throw line, extended on the near side. Holds the ball above his head, takes a couple dribbles now. Has it, and he's being guarded by Freeman. Fowler looking to drive in, does so on Domi. Shots off the glass and good for Braxton Fowler. Fowler's first points of the game, and the Bison first points of the second quarter. Into the front court now are the Tigers. 32 seconds left to go in the quarter. Baggs driving in. Jump stop shots off the glass. No good, but he traveled. Baggs looked confused. He took the jump stop and then took another step, and that was where they called the travel. Bounce pass goes to Jaden Hall. Hall double teamed. And outlet is knocked away and stolen. 3-on-1 for Laverne. And a traveling violation for the Tigers once again. So consecutive turnovers for the Tigers. It will be Balko basketball. Romju looking to inbound. Can't find anyone. Does so, and it's stolen. Freeman with it. Passes over to Blackwell on the far side. 17 seconds left to go in the half, and Laverne's going to hold for the final shot of the half. Tigers with a 13-point lead. It seemed like once Laverne hit that shot at the end of the quarter that they've just had all the momentum since then. And Balko, they're not playing with a lot of confidence. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Elbow jumper is off the iron, no good. Rebound, no. Put back is no good. And that's going to be the end of the first half with the score of Laverne 24, Balko 11. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with the first half recap and the second half action. Balko Bison basketball will continue in a moment.
Looks like tomorrow's a split day for us. Looks like tomorrow's gonna be a split day for us.
We got this. That's a whole lot closer than it was.
You're right.
What are we talking about?
You're right. It looks like it's gonna be a split day tomorrow.
Yeah, this game's a lot closer than what it was yesterday
Yeah.
or Tuesday. It's fine. I'll buy it.
It was looking really promising there for a little bit.
That first quarter was
I know.
somewhat good.
I was like, yeah. But then we didn't score until 30 seconds left in the second quarter and went well. Here, I'll put y'all on TV.
Wait, what hour is it? Oh, hi, Miss Williams. What hour is it? We're probably watching. I guarantee you're watching. Wait, what's that? It's probably science. Word. What did you guys do yesterday? Oh, we just talked about that. Oh, really? Yeah. They suggested we go there. I was up there.
Welcome back to Boomer Fieldhouse here in Woodward for this first round matchup of the 2022 Oil Bowl Classic between the Balko Bison and the Laverne Tigers. Balko trailing Laverne by a score of 24-11 at half. For the Laverne Tigers, they're being paced by Logan Freeman with 6 and Tegan Green also with 6. 5 for Trip Green, 4 for Felix Teal, 2 for Tate Domi, and 1 for Caleb Blackwell. For the Balko Bison, 4 points for Levi Milliken, 3 for Nathan Smith, and 2 apiece for Braxton Fowler and Jaden Hall. In the second half, and I guarantee you Coach Regier is talking to him about it right now. If Balko can clean up their passing that they had going on in the second quarter, if they can clean that up, they can get right back in this game. They outplayed Laverne for the first quarter, and they were it not for an incredible shot by Tegan Green at the buzzer. The Bison would have come out of the first quarter with a lead. And then in the second quarter, Balko just came out flat. They looked like they looked like the team that played on Tuesday. And what Coach Regier is going to be imploring of his guys at halftime is for that first quarter team to come back out and make this a game once again. As the Tigers come out of the locker room, overall, this is a much closer game and a much better game than Balko played the other day. And again, the things to keep in mind for the Bison, they're coming into this game very short-handed, and they're going to be even more short-handed as they go throughout the tournament, as Jaden Hall is going to be missing one of the days for an official college campus visit, and so Balko right now is, I think, kind of in the process of just finding, not necessarily just finding where they are, but finding out, exactly who can contribute where and who can do what. And so I think that's kind of where the Bison are at this point. Where are we going to get this additional help from? Where are we going to get, which role players are now going to step up into more of a leadership role? And so the second half is going to be very telling for this Bison team. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will have the start of the second half live from Boomer Fieldhouse in Woodward, where the Balko Bison trail the Laverne Tigers by a score of 24-11. Balko Bison basketball will continue in just a moment. Welcome back to Boomer Fieldhouse here in Woodward for the start of the second half between Balko and Laverne. Tigers leading Balko by a score of 24-11. Laverne with the ball first to start the second half. Laverne now moving left to right across your screen. Balko right to left. Laverne in their road purple uniforms with gold lettering and trim. Balko with their home white uniform with the script maroon Balko and block lettering. All sorts of contact. Domi goes up for the shot and a foul. And Levi Milliken with a smirk as he walks back. And that's going to be 4 fouls on Milliken. Tate Domi at the line to shoot 2. First free throw is off the glass and in. I think I heard him call glass on that. Second free throw forthcoming for Domi. Off the side of the iron, no good. Rebounded by Jaden Hall. Hall coming down gingerly on his ankle. You got to hope he's okay. Give and go back to Hall. Hall crossover dribble, brings it across the timeline, driving into the paint now. Ball's knocked away. And stolen, coming back the other way now. 3-on-2 for Laverne. Outlet is picked up and stolen, coming back the other way now. Nathan Smith has it, double teamed in the backcourt. Passes up to Jaden Hall, who will walk it across the timeline, calling for some help. Gets it in the form of Braxton Fowler. Fowler double teamed in front of the sideline on the near side. Being guarded by Freeman now as he dribbles between the circles. Coach Regier hollering out instructions on the far side. Utilizing the Milliken screen is Fowler. He has it given to Hall. Hall from the elbow now over to Ramju. Ramju fakes the pass and then throws it to Coach Regier, who unfortunately is not playing in this game. So it'll be a turnover for the Bison. It will be Laverne basketball inbounding in front of the Bison bench. 25-11 the score, favor Laverne. A minute gone here in the third quarter. Caleb Blackwell brings it across the midcourt stripe toward the near side diagonally. Freeman jumper over Milliken and off the glass is good. 8 points for Logan Freeman. It's now a 16-point lead for Laverne. And it's an 18-2 run for the Tigers since the end of the first quarter. Long pass goes to Nathan Smith, dribbles it off the side of his leg over to Fowler. Fowler for 3. Off the back iron, no good. Rebounded. Nathan Smith goes high for it. Pass back out to Braxton Fowler, and they're going to reset the offense. Fowler being guarded by Green, utilizing the Milliken screen. Bounce pass over to Hall. Hall between the circles has the ball. Looking to get rid of it, and he can't. Ball's loose on the floor, picked up and stolen by the Tigers. Ball loose back now the other way. Tie ball possession arrow favors Balko. It will be Bison basketball inbounding on the near sideline. Nathan Smith to do the inbounding honors does so to Braxton Fowler. Fowler has it being guarded by Teagan Green. Green backs off a little bit, and Fowler will set the offense from the far side. Going around the Milliken screen, double team comes out now near the circle. Fowler bounce pass to Ramju. Ramju has it. Pass is deflected and stolen, coming back the other way, and stolen back. Milliken with it. Driving in now. Or Jaden Hall. Hall for 3. Off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Freeman. Laverne coming back the other way. That was the best look that Balko's had for quite some time, though, on the offensive side. Shot is blocked by Jaden Hall and rebounded. Double team is knocked, as Hall's pass is knocked away out of bounds. It will be Balko basketball. Balko to inbound from the coffin corner on the far side. Mason Ramju to do the inbounding honors for Balko. Full court press being employed by the Tigers. Inbound goes to Nathan Smith, who's being guarded closely by Blackwell, and the pass is to Fowler. Green goes for the steal, doesn't get it. Fowler brings it diagonally across the timeline. Double team comes, passes deflected, but picked back up by Milliken. Over to Fowler, now to Ramju. Ramju driving in, back out to Fowler. It's almost like Balko's afraid to take it to the glass. That's 5 or 6 times now that they've had a free look at the glass from pretty close range and have not taken the shot. Be Laverne basketball to inbound in front of the Bison bench as it's turned over out of bounds. 3 minutes into the third quarter here, 27-11 the score. And Balko in the middle of a severe scoring drought. They've scored 2 points in the last 13 minutes of game time. Felix Teal's drive is off the glass, no good. Putback is good by Logan Freeman, and he's the first player for either team in double figures with 10. It's now 29-11. Fowler splits the double team, passes up to Hall. Hall has it now, and he's double teamed. Looking to get rid of it, and an offensive foul. Foul's going to be on Jaden Hall. It'll be his first personal foul. That's the second team foul of the half for the Bison. Tegan Green to inbound on the near sideline, does so to Blackwell. Blackwell walking it across the timeline now. Surveying what the Bison defense is giving him, is being guarded by Fowler. Calls for the screen, doesn't get it, passes over to Felix Teal. Teal crossover dribble, driving in, splits the double team. Shot is impacted by Milliken. Green with the ball, or excuse me, not Green. Nathan Smith with the ball, he's being guarded by Green. And the pass is knocked away and stolen. Coming back the other way, Freeman with it, goes over Nathan Smith. Shot's no good, long outlet goes to Mason Ramju. Numbers for Balko. Milliken loses control, has the ball, passes back out to Ramju. Ramju holds it high above his head, and Balko to reset the offense. 29-11 the score, favor Laverne. Past the halfway point now here in the third quarter. Braxton Fowler with it, crossover dribble. Driving in, pass over to Smith. I don't think it was intended for Smith. To Ramju, and now to Fowler. Fowler for three, misses everything. Rebounded by Freeman. Coming back the other way now are the Tigers. Balko getting back defensively. 3.5 to go here in the third quarter. Green on the far side over to Freeman. Now between the circles, back to Green. Green now to Felix Teal. Ball's knocked away. Teal picks it back up in the corner. Now to Freeman at the elbow. Cross-court pass to Baggs on the near side. Baggs has it. Utilizing the Blackwell screen, double team comes, ball is deflected, picked up by Blackwell, driving in over to Teal. Teal loses it out of bounds, and it will be Balko basketball. 3:11 to go here in the third quarter, 29-11 the score, favor Laverne. Balko led this game at one point by a score of 9-8, and since then it has been all Laverne, outscoring the Bison since then 21-2. Hall with the ball in the backcourt, races it across the timeline, splits the double team. We have a foul. Reach-in foul is going to be on Felix Teal. That'll be his first personal foul. First team foul of the half. It will be Balko basketball. Domi and Trip Green set to check into the game for the Bison to replace Felix Teal and Caleb Blackwell. Nathan Smith to inbound in front of the scorer's table for the Bison. Inbound goes to Hall. Hall has the ball in front of the Bison bench. Passes back to Fowler. And Coach Regier hollers out instructions to his point guard. Bounce pass goes to Hall at the elbow, holding it high above his head. Double team comes. Passes out of it. Three-pointer for Smith. Off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Green. Tie up, and Jaden Hall grabbed the arm instead of the ball, so it will be a foul on him. It will be the third team foul. Second foul on Hall, and it will be Laverne basketball with 2:48 to go here in the third quarter. Trip Green inbounding for the Tigers, does so to Tegan Green. Green will walk it across the timeline. Calls out the play, passes over to Baggs now on the far side. Baggs with the ball being guarded by Smith, reverses course over to Green. Green now to Domi in the paint. Nice pass to Baggs. Baggs for three. Off the front iron, no good. Rebounded by Hall. Gets hit in the face, gets the ball, passes over to Fowler. Fowler with it, bounce pass is deflected and stolen. Coming back the other way, 2-on-1 for Laverne. Over to Freeman. Freeman's shot is off the glass, good, and he's fouled. Foul on Jaden Hall. That'll be his third personal foul for Freeman. That's 12 points with a chance to make it 13. So Freeman with it, takes a couple dribbles, the free throw is up, on the way, and good. 13 points for Logan Freeman. And it's now 32-11 favor Laverne. Inbound goes to Braxton Fowler. He's being pressured heavily in the backcourt by Trip Green. Ball's knocked away. Double team comes. And we have a foul in the backcourt. On Trip Green, that'll be Green's first personal foul. Second team foul. And Balko basketball to inbound from the baseline. 2:11 to go here in the half. Inbound goes to Jaden Hall. Hall has it. Being guarded closely in the backcourt by Blackwell. Hall trying to clear out. Outlet goes to to Nathan Smith, who loses it. Out of bounds. It will be a turnover, and it will be Laverne basketball. Oh, correction, we have a foul on the play. Foul's going to be on Tate Domi. That'll be Domi's second personal foul. Third team foul. Balko basketball inbounding near the scorer's table. Smith with it. Green goes flying, and Balko has possession. Under 2 to play here in the third quarter. Mason Ramju with the ball. Over to Nathan Smith. Now to Braxton Fowler at the free throw line extended on the far side, being guarded by Tegan Green. Over to Braxton to Hall. Hall loses control of it, being guarded by Domi. Now mixing it up a little bit defensively. Hall goes in, utilizes the body, and the basket is good. Basket good for Jaden Hall. That's his second basket of the game. 4 points for him. It's 32-13. Now 90 seconds to go in the quarter. 15-foot jumper is in and out. No good. Rebounded off of Domi's hands to Ramju. Ramju with it. Cross-court pass to Nathan Smith on the near side. Smith has the ball, looking to get rid of it. Does so to Hall. Hall being guarded by Domi. Cuts the double team. Shot is off the glass. No good, but we have a foul on Tate Domi. That'll be Domi's third personal foul. I felt like if anything, that one might have been on Trip Green, but they call it on Domi. That'll be his third. 5 team fouls for Laverne. Jaden Hall at the line to shoot 2. First free throw is on the way, around the rim and good. Jaden Hall now with 5 points. Felix Teal coming into the game to replace Domi. Second free throw is up and good. So Hall converts both. He has 6 points now to lead all Bison scores, and it's 32-15 now with 1:10 to go in the quarter. Caleb Blackwell brings it across the timeline, calling the play. Passes over to Green on the far side, back to Blackwell now between the circles, holding the ball. 2-3 zone being employed by the Bison. Pass over to Karsten Baggs on the far side, being guarded by Fowler. Has the ball, passes now down, nice give and go over there. The three-pointer is good for Caleb Blackwell. That's 4 points for Blackwell. And the lead back up to 20 for the Tigers at 35-15. 45 seconds to go here in the quarter. Hall with the ball in the backcourt. Double team comes. Hall calling for some help, doesn't get it. Ball deflected out of bounds, and it will be Balko basketball. 37.7 seconds left to go in the quarter. Ramju to inbound in front of the Tiger bench, does so to Braxton Fowler in the backcourt. Fowler with it, being guarded closely by Blackwell. Double team comes by Teal. Hall at the timeline, brings it across. Being guarded by Green over to Ramju. Ramju driving in, has a shot from point-blank range, and he misses it. Put back by Hall is around it, also no good. 2 bunnies there, and they miss them both. We have a lot of contact, no foul called. The ball's out of bounds off of Balko. It will be Laverne basketball. Yeah, it took me a second to translate what just happened there. So Coach Woods calling the play for the Tigers. Into the front court is Blackwell. Blackwell passes it off. Gets it back from Baggs now between the circles. Has it. Pass down to Teal is deflected, but picked back up, and we have a foul on the shot. Foul going to be on Jaden Hall, and that'll be Hall's 4th personal foul. So 4 fouls for Hall, 4 fouls for Milliken. And with 5 seconds left, Tegan Green will be at the line to shoot 2 for the Tigers with a chance to match their largest lead of the game. First free throw is up and good. Seven points for Tegan Green now with another free throw forthcoming. And it is up and goes through. So Green converts both. It's a 22-point lead for Laverne. A long outlet, too long for everybody. Will go out of bounds. It will be Laverne basketball inbounding from the baseline. Yeah, the inbound went all the way down to the other end, and so Laverne will now inbound underneath the Bison basket with 5.3 left to go in the quarter. Tate Domi back in to the game for the Tigers, as is Trip Green. Tegan Green to inbound for Laverne. Goes to Domi, and the shot is blocked, but we have a foul, and that's going to be 5 on Levi Milliken, and he will foul out of the game. And you almost have to wonder if that was what he was put into the game for, was just to add an element of physicality into the game, because he picked up 5 fouls in rapid succession. So Tate Domi at the line to shoot 2 for the Tigers. First one is on the way. Around the rim and good. 4 points for Domi. And the Tigers now have the largest lead of the game at 23, with 4 seconds left to go in the quarter. Second free throw from Domi. Takes 2 dribbles, spins another couple dribbles. It's on the way. Off the front iron, no good. Rebound, loose, knocked away, picked up by Laverne, and stolen. The shot is no good, and that's how the quarter is going to end, with Laverne leading Balko by a score of 38-15. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with the conclusion of today's game. Balko Bison basketball will continue in just a moment.
I've seen some games where you've got some outmatched teams before, but so there's a Class B game on the other side of the state. The final was 114-24. Yeah, it's like I've seen some outmatched teams before, but that's bad. Right. I don't think it's a tournament. Well, it's in the middle of the day, so it will be a tournament game. But yeah, 114-24, it's 90 points. Well, it was 70-something to 10 at halftime. So, I mean, I would say no. That almost sounds like they were trying to prove a point.
Welcome back to Woodward, where the Balko Bison trail the Laverne Tigers by a score of 38-15. Laverne will have the ball to start the second quarter. I promise I can speak well. Laverne have ball, start quarter. I'm not sure what that was all about. Blackwell with it being guarded by Fowlers. He passes over to Green on the far side. Back to a cutting Blackwell. That was a nice move by Caleb Blackwell there. 6 points for Blackwell, and it's now 40-15. Into the front court, Braxton Fowler has it. Over to Nathan Smith on the near side. Smith down to Hall on the block, has it. Double team comes by Domi. Over to Ramju, back to Fowler on the far side now. Double team comes out to meet Fowler. Over to Ramju again on the near side. Ramju has it. Looking to get rid of it. Bounce pass is knocked away and stolen. Freeman coming back the other way. Numbers back quickly for Balko, however. And Hall knocks it out of bounds. Nice defensive effort by Jaden Hall on that one. It will be Laverne basketball inbounding in front of their bench with 7:14 to go in the ball game. Inbound goes to Freeman, back to Green. Green being guarded by Smith. Driving in now, dishes over to Trip Green. Green has it, and Nathan Smith reaches in, commits the foul. That'll be Smith's first personal foul. 17 fouls, and it will be 1-1 for Laverne. So Trip Green will be at the line to shoot the 1-1 for the Tigers. Green with 5 points so far in this one. Front end of the 1-and-1 is up and good for Trip Green. Kind of a flat free throw, but it goes in. It doesn't matter how it looks if it goes through the hoop. That's kind of been my argument all along. It's like, does it really matter if it's a pretty shot or not if it goes in? Second free throw was much prettier looking, and it went around the rim and didn't go in. So, so 1 of 2 at the line for Green, and it just goes to show as long as it goes through the hoop, it doesn't really matter how it looks. Mason Ramju has it, bounces it over to Smith. Smith over to Fowler on the far side, holds the ball high above his head, being guarded by Tegan Green. Fowler with it, passes over to Mitchell, now to Smith on the near side. Smith has it driving in on Blackwell. Ball's knocked away by Domi and stolen. Coming back the other way are the Tigers ahead of everyone. The layup is off the glass and good for Tegan Green. Green now the second Tiger player in double figures with 10 points. It's 43-15. Braxton Fowler ringing it across the timeline. Jaden Hall's down on the ground, and a slow getting up. We have a foul or a tie ball, and I think Jaden Hall's going to find his way out of this game. Ty Smith's going to come in now. Peyton Parker's going to see his first action of the season after sustaining a severe concussion at the end of football season, so it's good to see him back out there. Trent Cates into the game as Mason Ramju will find the bench. Braxton Fowler will bring it up the court, and Jaden Hall is staying in the game for right now. I figured for sure that he would be out. Parker's pass is knocked away and stolen. Shot is off the glass and good for Trip Green. 8 points for Green. Felix Teal, Karsten Baggs, and David Guajardo coming into the game for the Tigers. Laverne now leading by 30, 45-15. So the Balko boys will be playing at 11:30 on Friday. They will be playing the loser between Forgan and Leedy. That ought to be a pretty good game, actually. So the boys will be back here tomorrow morning at 11:30. The girls will be playing at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, and they'll play the winner between Forgan and Woodward's JV, which also ought to be a pretty good game. So a couple of exciting matchups coming up. So it'll be a full day for me here in Woodward tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see how it goes the rest of the way. Looks like both teams have kind of waved the white towel now, and they're like, we're just going to play this one out. And Peyton Parker to do the inbounding honors for the Bison. Does so to Braxton Fowler, who's going to jog it across the timeline diagonally toward the far side. He's met out there by Blackwell. Fowler with it, holds it above his head to Hall. Hall being guarded by Teal. Double team comes by Blackwell, backs off over to Fowler, and Balko reset the offense. 5:35 to go in the ballgame. 45-15 to score. Favor Laverne. Fowler driving in now, passes out of a double team over to Ty Smith. Smith has the ball, being guarded by Guajardo over to Hall, and then back to Fowler. Fowler directing traffic, utilizing the Cates screen. Driving in, shot is blocked, and we have a foul on Trip Green. That'll be Green's second personal foul, 15th foul. And Braxton Fowler will be at the line for the Bison to shoot 2. Fowler with 2 points so far in the game. First shot is up and good. One more forthcoming for the junior from Balko. He takes a couple dribbles, spins the ball in his hand. The shot is up and good. So Fowler converts both. He has 4 points now, and it's a 28-point game. 45-17 favor Laverne. 5:15 to go in the ballgame. Three-pointer for Baggs is off the front iron, no good. Rebounded by Teal. Dishes out to Guajardo now over to the near side. Trip Green has it back to Blackwell. And Laverne going to reset the offense. Blackwell calling the play. Passes over to Baggs. Baggs has it, reverses course to Blackwell now, who has it being guarded by Fowler. Cross-court pass to Baggs. Baggs at the free throw line extended, holds the ball over his head, passes over to Blackwell on the near side, directing traffic, being guarded by Parker. Utilizes the Guajardo screen, passes over to Baggs on the far side, being guarded now by Ty Smith, over to Guajardo. Guajardo driving in on Parker. Passes back now between the circles. Holding the ball above his head is Baggs, over now to the far side. Blackwell has it. Laverne running a little bit of clock. Three-pointer for Baggs is off the front iron, no good. Offensive rebound, and Laverne will reset the offense. Baggs driving in again, over to Trip Green. Green for three. Off the front iron, no good. Rebounded by Felix Teal. Put back is off the glass, no good. Put back by David Guajardo is good. So So Guajardo's first points of the game for the Tigers. It's now 47-17, halfway through the fourth quarter. Into the front court now is Braxton Fowler, utilizing the Trent Cates screen. Fowler looking to get rid of it, can't. Does so finally to Hall. Hall has it. Hesitation dribble, passes over to Parker. Parker thought about the jumper, opted not to take it. Back to Jaden Hall. Hall splits the double team, being guarded by Teal. Over Ty Smith for three. Bang! 3-point basket good for Ty Smith, his first basket of the game. It's now 47-20 with under 4 to play in the ball game. Officials timeout as David Shipley and Colton Miller will come into the game for the Tigers. Cooper Mitchell into the game, giving Jaden Hall a break, and Braxton Fowler will have a seat, and Gentry Parker will come into the game. Into the front court now for the Tigers as David Guajardo brings it across the timeline over to the far side. Baggs has the ball now, being guarded by Gentry Parker. Guajardo has it now, cross-court pass to Baggs on the near side, has it being guarded by Ty Smith. Baggs looking for someone, can't find it, does so over to Guajardo on the far side, being guarded by Gentry Parker. Peyton Parker goes for the steal, and he gets it. Parker ahead of everyone going up. The shot is off the glass, no good, rebounded by Baggs. Coming back the other way now are the Tigers. Parker goes for the steal, doesn't get it. Felix Teal ahead of everyone. Offensive foul going to be called on Felix Teal. That'll be 2 fouls on him. 16 fouls. And I don't think Felix Teal realized that Trent Cates was as tall as he was. I think he was going to try and go over him. He ended up trying to go through him instead. Ty Smith with the ball. Over to Cooper Mitchell between the circles. Over to Peyton Parker on the far side. Parker has a crossover dribble, driving it through the lane. Through a double team shot is swatted by Teal, coming back the other way now. Or the Tigers into the front court now. David Guajardo has it. Over to the far side, Baggs driving in on Mitchell. The shot is off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Cooper Mitchell. Mitchell gathers and will hand it off to Ty Smith. Officials timeout. Coming into the game for the Tigers now, Angel Alba and Tanner Patrick. Ty Smith will walk it across the timeline now, 2.5 to go in the ball game. Smith being guarded by Guajardo has the ball deflected out of bounds. It will be Balko basketball inbounding on the far sideline. 47-20 the score favor Laverne. Trent Cates looking to inbound, does so to Smith. Near the timeline, Smith has it, being guarded by Guajardo over there. Utilizing the Cates screen, passes over to Gentry Parker. Parker has it, fakes the pass over to his brother Peyton now. Peyton Parker has it, crossover dribble, passes down, tried to get it to Cates, but the ball is knocked away and stolen. Colton Miller with it now. Passes to Guajardo, who will walk it across the timeline. Under 2 to play in the ball game. Looked like Guajardo was going to try and shoot it from about 35. Shot was deflected out of bounds by the Angel Alba. Shot was deflected by Peyton Parker. Will be Laverne basketball, 1:52 to play in the ball game. Looking to inbound is Guajardo. Does so to Miller. Miller's shot is off the glass and good. Colton Miller with his first basket of the game now. It's 49-20 favor Laverne. 1:43 in the ballgame. Ty Smith walks it slowly across the timeline. Men near the sideline by Guajardo, utilizing the Mitchell screen. Passes over to Cates on the far side. Cates with it. Passes over to Gentry Parker. Parker met all the way out near the timeline. Passes over to Ty Smith. Smith with it. Fakes the pass. And we have a foul on Colton Miller. That'll be Miller's first personal foul. Be 17 fouls, I think, on Laverne. And so Cooper Mitchell will be at the line to shoot 1 and 1 for Balko. Mitchell looking for his first points of the game. The sophomore spins the ball, takes a dribble. Shot is on the way. Off the back iron, no good. Rebounded coming quickly back the other way are the Tigers. 1 on 4. Coming back now, Miller with the ball. Passes over to Guajardo on the far side. Thought about the jumper, opted not to take it. Pass now down to the elbow, down to the block. Miller's shot, nice movement there for the Tigers. Miller's basket good. And the Laverne Tigers have their largest lead of the game now, 51-20, with just over a minute to play in the ball game. Ty Smith with it, dribbling near the sideline, has the ball. Passes over to the far side. Peyton Parker with it. Loses, gets control back up, shots off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Angel Alba. Coming into the front court now is David Shipley. Shipley driving all the way in. Shot is no good, but he's fouled. Foul going to be on Trent Cates. That'll be his first personal foul, 8th team foul. David Shipley will be at the line to shoot 2 free throws now for the Tigers. Shipley taking a couple dribbles, first free throws up and good. So Shipley gets in the scorebook, second free throw is up, around the rim, no good. Peyton Parker with the rebound, so Shipley converts 1 of 2. It's 52-20 favor Laverne, 44 seconds left to go in the ballgame. Ty Smith brings it into the front court. Long outlet goes to Gentry Parker over to Trent Cates. Cates with it, holds it high above his head, has the ball, hands it off to Peyton Parker. Parker loses control, gets it back. Has his dribble, will take a couple. Driving in now, dribbles off his foot. Ball loose on the floor. Picked up, out of bounds. Off of Laverne, it will be Balko basketball. 25.5 seconds left to go in the game. Inbound goes to Ty Smith. He loses control. He tightrope that midcourt stripe. Cross-court pass over to Ty Smith. 15 seconds left to go in the game. Bounce pass goes to Mitchell. Mitchell backing Miller down. Turnaround jumper is off the back iron. No good. Rebound by Cates off of Parker. Out of bounds. It will be Balko basketball. I think that's a sympathy possession there because I think that was pretty clearly off of Balko. But they're going to give it to Laverne, or to Balko. 6.2 seconds left in the ball game. Peyton Parker looks to inbound. Bounce pass goes to Smith. Smith's pass is knocked away and stolen. 2 seconds left. 1 second left. And that's going to be the ball game with the final score. Laverne 52, Balko 20. So that's going to wrap up our broadcast for today's game. With Balko falling to the Laverne Tigers 52-20. The Balko Bison gentlemen will play tomorrow at 11:30. They'll play the loser between Forgan and Leedy. The Balko Lady Bison will play the winner between Forgan and Woodward JV tomorrow at 7 p.m. So until tomorrow, this is David Vaughn reminding you that no amount of success can compensate for failure at the home. Make sure that you let your family know each and every day just how much you love them. Until next time, take care and God bless.